birth in Puerto Rico, Vaz held both Jamaican and citizenship in the United States. To solve the matter, the issue had to remain by the Member of Parliament. We, the people of Jamaica, had to take off that. We, the people of Jamaica, take off that. We, the people of Jamaica, had to go to a by-election. Costing the country more for Vaz's selfishness. 2011, following the release of the classified United States diplomatic cables by WikiLeaks and the Diplomatic Leaks Jamaica in 2011, the Jamaica Gleaner began publishing that in an unusual move, Vaz, then the minister with responsibility for information, initially called for the newspaper to publish the cables in the full, accusing them of being selective. However, when the Gleaner suggested he tabled the documents in Parliament, Vaz firmly rejected Jamaica. Orlando, I am giving you the history tonight, Jamaica. He firmly rejected the idea. He refuted to use the High House of Parliament to legitimize stolen and ill-gotten property, stating that the cables were stolen correspondence that has caused anxiety and embarrassment to Jamaica's diplomatic allies, particularly the United States. You remember when Karen Cross and the whole of them did a talk about Daryl and James Robertson? You remember the diplomatic cables that were leaked, the WikiLeaks cables, we used to talk about Bruce Golding and Bruce Golding's wife, make the stale salad with the diplomat. You remember all of them something there? Sick of the ambassador and them something there. This is what the diplomatic cables were about. Who remember 2012 when Daryl Vaz was at the center of corruption investigation involving a traffic stop? His friend Bruce Bignell was ticketed and allegedly offered a bribe to a police sergeant. It was further alleged that Vaz, then the opposition spokesperson, intervened by suggesting the officer that he would be promoted if he gave Bignell a chance. As a result of the charges, Vaz stepped down from Shadow Minister post. He was later charged with corruption related to the incident. Who remember all of these things, Courtney? Remember Jamaica. The Freebie scandal and the UDC property sale between 2016 and 2020. This was a major multi-year controversy, including the sales of prime beachfront properties in Ocho Rios. St. Anne, owned by the UDC. The deal between 2016 to 2017, the UDC sold rooms on the beach hotel and adjacent beach lands to Puerto Caribe Properties Limited, operators of the Moon Palace Jamaica Grand Hotel of US $7.2 million. The valuation, independent valuation, placed a cumulative value of the property between what? 11.8 million to 13.5 million. The beach land alone, valued at a means of 3.5 million US, was essentially given away at no cost. Courtney, do you remember these things? The Office of the Contractor General report, April 2019. A damning report, Jamaica. Then Minister Daryl Vaz to undue influence and the interference with the sale, stating his what? Ability to negotiate freely. The report described the negotiation process as historical and noted that the beachland were handed over by the consent of Daryl Vaz and the no objection of the Prime Minister. The OCG concluded that the deal deprived the country of revenue and it was an insult to the Jamaican people. You want me to continue, Courtney? Sure. The response in May 2019, both the Prime Minister and Holness rejected the Office of the Contractor General's findings. Vaz labeled the allegations as false, disingenuous, and without evidence. He defended the sale by citing the projected economic benefits of US 225 million to 270 million US investment thousands of jobs and estimated 30 million in tax revenues over 3 years. It's a 2019. Did the country collect any of these taxes and revenues? 2019, 2020, 21 or 2022? Then the collapse in June 2020. I am bringing you back there, Jamaica. The controversy had a significant consequence. The Puerto Caribbean property pulled out of the deal, citing a controversial report as the reason. The government of Jamaica had to allocate $1 billion Jamaican dollars in the revised budget to refund the company. Do you want me to continue tonight, Jamaica? Who want me to continue tonight? Who want me to continue? I am giving you the history of the creature. I am giving you the history of how this man popped the country. I am giving you now. We're going to talk about the Hollywell land lease scandal in June 2020. The controversy erupted in mid-2020 and involved Minister Vaz attempt to lease protected lands within the Blue and Jankra Mountains of the National Park, a UNESCO National Heritage Site, for a private development. The application was, who at the time held, Vaz at the time held the environment portfolio. And he applied to the National Land Agency to lease 7.7 acres of land in the buffer zone of the Hollywell National Forest Park in St. Andrew. The bid document specified the purpose was for a single family dwelling house. One single family needs 7.7 acres of land. The lease offered for 27 years at $120,000 per annum. Vaz later disclosed that his intention was to build a cabin for Airbnb rentals and profits. So, I think one said this in a point. Think one said Jamaica the adhesive dirty reprobate. The objection in June 11, 2020. I am giving you the history of the criminal in Jamaica. I am giving you the history of the criminal tonight. I am giving you the history of the criminal. This is 2020. I don't reach 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and now 2026. The Jamaica Conservation and Development Trust, which manages the park, formally objected to the National Land Agency. They argued the land was one of the few remaining areas under good forest cover and that clearing it would be detrimental. They also noted the land fell within an area earmarked for expansion of the Hollywell recreational area. The withdrawal. Facing immediate public backlash, Vaz withdrew the application June 11. The same day the Jamaica Conservation and Development Trust lodged the objection. The National Land Agency subsequently withdrew the lease without offer public explanation. Here is Vaz's defense. Vaz launched a robust defense, making several key arguments. He accused the JCTD of hypocrisy, pointing that they would have received $20 million from the Jamaica Tourism Enhancement Fund in 2018 to build a large visitors lodge and cafe in the park, setting the precedence for construction. He maintained, remember this time he had the land portfolio in Courtney? Yeah. So all he was doing was going around, negotiating and selling all of these things, for his benefit and his friends, Jamaica. He maintained he followed the proper procedures, noting his application was supported by the Forestry Department and was transparently processed through the land divestment policy. He claimed the land was first shown to him by the JCT board member who suggested it was suitable for a cabin. In July 2020, Opinion PC summarized his defense with the repeated refrain, I did nothing illegal, nothing immoral, nothing corrupt, or nothing scandalous. Perception is not reality. Do you want me to continue tonight? Who The opposition People's National Party and its youth arm were highly critical of opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips, accused Andrew Holness for shielding bars, noting that is the second major land-related controversy for bars after the UDC beach sailout. The PNP Youth Organization described bars' pattern of behavior as rogue and abuse of authority. The environmental concerns are as such, Jamaica. The National Jamaica Environment Trust expressed concern that such a list was even considered, highlighted structural problems in protected area management. The JCT Executive Director, Dr. Susan Otankofan, stated bars received poor advice from relevant agencies and emphasized that individual lease within the World Heritage Site was inappropriate. In the heritage site, Courtney. Yes. In the heritage site, Jamaica. Bars wanted to get acreages of land for film, coffee development, rogue. He wanted to go get the lands for the beach. He wanted Jamaica to get the land for the beach. He wanted the Hollywood lands, and you're going to tell me that this dirty, crowbait and reprobate Jamaica. Let us go to 2021. A scandal follow this man every year. A scandal follow this dirty reprobate every year. After the US visa was reportedly cancelled, it was reissued with a waiver visa. The visa contained an annotation 12.1.12 small d 3A waiver of 12.1.12A 2C1. What does this mean? The U.S. specific clause, according to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, refers to a waiver to an individual known or believed to be involved in illicit drug trafficking or knowingly aided such activity. While the visa was granted, the annotation itself became a significant point for public and political controversy. Courtney, do you want me to continue? Do you want me to continue, Jamaica? Do you want me to continue about this rogue criminal? The major controversy erupted again in 2025 over the government's flagship rural bus scandal, which fell under Darrell Barr's portfolio as transport minister. The government awarded a $1.4 billion contract to Elhydro, a company whose primary business is industrial lubricants and chemicals, to import 110 used school buses from the United States. The conflict, the Jamaica Gleaner reported, is that the Trade Board had confirmed that Elhydro was not certified to import vehicles or operate a motor vehicle dealership. Furthermore, the buses were shipped without mandatory pre-shipment inspection certificates. Though a waiver was granted, this sparked immediate public and political debate. What was Barr's response? Barr vehemently rejected the reports, calling them reckless, false, and misleading. He insisted that the ministry, not Elhydro, was the documented leaser or licensed importer. He stated that Elhydro acted only as a supplier, leveraging their opportunity as the sole approved agent for the specific box manufacturer in the Caribbean. Barr also defended the safety of the buses, citing inspections by JUTC engineers in the US and subsequent certification by the Island Traffic Authority. You want me to continue? Despite Barr's defense, May 27, 2025, the letter from the Trade Board, the chairman, Danville Walker, surfaced. The letter addressed to Barr explicitly stated approval has been granted to Elhydro to import the 110 buses. The Trade Board later explained the letter's reference to the new buses was a drafting error, but the core message stood in contrast to Barr's framing. Critics included social commentator Dr. Michael Abrams highlighted a significant cost disparity, circulating that the maximum potential value of the 110 buses was US $20,000. Each, the total would approximate to $352 million at an exchange rate of what? 160 Jamaican to 1 US. This raised serious concern about how the remaining $1 billion of the $1.4 billion contract was being spent for purchasing, accessorizing, refurbishing, and retrofitting them. Following the rollout, videos emerged showing what? Mechanical issues, including the tire detaching from a bus. Dr. Abrams also raised safety concerns about using the left-hand drive vehicles on Jamaica's narrow winding roads, questioning why this less safe option was chosen for the Jamaican children. Furthermore, video surface of JLP supporters and even children of the buses chanting party slogans, leading to accusations that the program was being politicized. In 2025, you want me to continue? Courtney, you have to drink some water.
Yes, drink some water. The right water.
In 2025, Baz was forced to publicly deny an involvement in the transfer of a building formerly occupied by fraud-hit investments firm, Stocks and Security Media. Social media bloggers like, Andre Stevens linked him to the transaction, which involved a building that became the property of his daughter-in-law, Shannon Baz, issued a statement condemning that he called lies, explaining that the property was purchased by his daughter-in-law's father and legally transferred to her and her brother in 2023, with no involvement or acknowledgement of his part. Do you want me to continue? One of the most significant recent controversy stems from the Auditor General report that found that Baz, as minister, breached the laws by bypassing several procurements to acquire 200 starlings. The procurement was meant to aid communication in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Baz initially dismissed the findings as uninformed and grossly inaccurate, stating that he would take a similar approach in another emergency. However, the report also revealed that the significant number of the devices remained unused and in storage weeks after acquisitions, raising questions about the value of the money and operational readiness. In February 2026, the Jamaica Council of Churches publicly condemned his action, describing his initial defense as unacceptable and inexhaustible, and warned that such precedents threaten public trust and accountability. Following the Category 5 hurricane that killed at least 45 people and caused more than 8.8 billion in damage, Baz, as minister with responsibility for telecommunications, initiated the purchase of what? 200 Starlings devices at a cost of 12.12 million to restore communications. The Auditor General tabled the compliance audit report in Parliament and found that Baz breached sections of the Public Procurement Act of 2025. The act revealed that the procurement was what? Initiated by ministerial instruction via a November 13, 2025 letter to the Director General of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, rather than that by the head of the procuring entity as required by law. The contract was awarded to BMA Limited, which trades BMA Limited, which trades as Jewelry Collections Electronics. The Auditor General also noted that the formal ODPM communication was created 5 days after the devices were delivered. The physical inspection in January 2026 revealed that 45 of the 120 distributed devices remain unused. Do you want me to continue, Jamaica?
Plenty.
Do you want me to continue about this criminal? So if I could find all of this in one research, how then could Cliff Hughes not find? How then did Emily have time to talk about people's mental health and who mad, and they couldn't find none of these things? Baz February 4th, I'm really, oh Jesus. Let me drink some more water. Let me drink some more water, Jamaica. Vaz rejected the finding describing them as uninformed and grossly inadequate. He declared he would make no apologies for his actions, arguing that the emergency justified the interventions and that he acted in keeping with the guidance note of the acquisition of goods, services and works in the situation of emergency for extreme urgencies. He framed the decision as life-saving and necessary when Starlink was the only reliable connectivity source. The PNP, through Philip Powell, raised questions about the transparency, noting that November 1, 2025, Vaz had announced the announcement in Jamaica of over 700 Starlink units as donations. Powell questioned why a purchase was then necessary and flagged for breach, demanding clear and consistent answers. Vaz's post-cabinet briefing on the February 12th said that Vaz adopted a more measured tone, stating, "I accept fully that what was said by the AG in relation to me getting involved in the procurement. However, he maintained he would act similarly in another, this a man in a change, in another national emergency, arguing extreme times require extreme actions and calling for the procurement law reform for distinguish between national and formal situations." The NIA stressed that public officials are bound to be established routes and that boys entered areas he shouldn't have. This is what Dr. Gavin Meyer said. Jeanette Calder stated that accepting good intentions as justifications for breaching given permission for others to follow this suit and creating a cycle of poor governance. The Jamaica Council of Churches came out after him. But there is a similar pattern in Jamaica. There is a similar pattern that I have found. He does these things, then he justifies, he apologizes, then he moves on. Nobody holds this criminal to account. Nobody holds this nasty serial rapist of the Jamaican people. This is what I speak about Jamaica. Where are the journalists in this country to hold this nasty criminal to account? I have not even put in this the JPS deal.
No.
Only in Jamaica could this criminal survive, because we're a habitat of corruption. We are a habitat of corruption, Jamaica. We, Jamaica, Courtney, is a habitat for corruption. This is kleptocracy.
True word.
This is kleptocracy, Jamaica. This is him. What did he say? Bad mind. Ishmael, what did he say? A bad mind with bad mind. Every time we speak about the nastiness by this man, he comes telling us bad mind, bad mind, bad mind. When he robbed.
Beat you.
have to resign now in Jamaica. He must be come down. Dirty criminal, dirty reprobate, thief in the rail. Dirty criminal, dirty reprobate, thief in the rail. Thief, 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 thief. Jamaica, where is civil society tonight?
Silent.
Where's the Jamaica Council for Churches tonight? Where are the journalists from the Fourth Estate tonight? Where is Mocha to arrest this nasty criminal? Where are they, Jamaica? Where are they? I gave you tonight, Jamaica, a full insight. He only delivered 50 buses, Jamaica. Where are the next 60 buses? I am calling for him to return the $637 million. I am calling Courtney for him to return the money or be locked up.
Where the money there?
This man is stink. Him have a stench called corruption aligned to him.
Filthy.
He's filled him full of dongo. You know when a mother passes the child through her womb and the after birth is left. He reminds me of the afterbirth, that slime, that thing that them throw away Jamaica. Him nasty. He is the epitome of what is wrong and strong in this country. Look at his history, Jamaica. Every ministry he goes, Courtney. Every ministry he goes. We don't even talk about the Clara deal, you know.
No.
We're not even talking about the JPS deal what they are, you know. And to the nation who is watching me tonight, we're not even talking about, you know, Courtney.
No.
The JUTC, you know. I am saying to everybody tonight who is watching me, your hearts must be upset. It's time this dirty criminal is put down. And I'm saying to the opposition, I heard a response by Michael Phillips. Michael Phillips, the response by you today to Daryl is too weak. You need to pepper him. You need to apply some Listen to the response by Michael Phillips, Jamaica. Listen to the response by Michael Phillips. Jamaica. I know everybody wants to talk to me tonight. But I want to see who is going to lead the demonstration to get out Arrogance. I'm going to stand Monday with Marvin Edgar. Despite every other allegations on Marvin's name, Courtney, I'm going to stand on the principles of governance. I'm going to stand Jamaica. I'm going to stand. I'm going to stand. Hello, good night. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. True. Mm. True. Mm-hmm. I hear say some of them even get car. Some of them in the media get even car. So I'm no for silence them. Them run for butter them out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mighty God. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mighty God. Mighty God. Said. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Mm. Mighty God. Mm. 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 Mighty God. Mm. 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 Yes. Mm. 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 Did he purchase a what in? Wow. Where the villa is? Mm. 700,000 US. And remember the house. Remember the house in Florida. Yes. For the 400,000 when transferring the Pupa Trust in a Cayman. That's about 1 billion US, you know. Hey! Mhm. If she have St. Lucian, what? Oh, what is? Mm. 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 Yes. What is? Mm. Oh. Oh. Mm. Mighty God. Ballad! I'm speechless. Courtney,
Yeah, it's ready.
I am speechless, Jamaica. $700,000 US. And villa? Jamaica. I won't do any more tonight. This is too much, Courtney.
That lot?
I know what I gave you tonight.
Do my research.
Beaufort, located in southernmost tip of St. Lucia, is the island's second largest town and home for the Wanora International Airport. Jamaica. What will be your response? Courtney, what will be your response?
Need to resign.
Now you see why I'm saying need 5 more years.
Yeah.
Tie up in investments and in opportunities. Can you imagine after 5 more years what more will that dirty criminal have in this country? Remember he said that him just want 5 more years to set him children then. As I respond and I end tonight's program, I want to big up my research team that's assisted me today when I said I wanted to pull together a full history, and the history is not finished yet. I want to know which other country would you have had a minister of government or a public official having done so many irregularities and corruption and get away with it. Did you enjoy the show tonight?
Stop.
Many of you were informed by the show today. All I'm asking you to support this platform. You have my Zelle, you have my Cash App, you have my local banking information, you have my e-transfer. To keep this program going and going. 8,000 people after 3 hours still watching this program, Courtney. But it's not going to just be a viewership, it's going to be a movement. It's not going to be what, Courtney? Just for viewership. It's going to be a movement. So if you want Jamaica, support me tonight. Even want 20 students, send a $20. Rub butter and make me feel good. Me not take them money. Me no want nothing from them. You are the ones that keep me going and growing Jamaica. So if you're not sorry, show me some love tonight. Show me TikTokers. Enough things me talk about tonight I educate you now, you know. Show me some love. Show me some love. Until then, Jamaica, remember tomorrow is a lunch day. Come support me. Remember me have the tomato them I sell. Remember me have the vegetable box them I sell. Yeah. Remember me have the dresses I sell. Remember Jamaica, just come support your teacher tomorrow. Just show some love and be of good courage. Until then, you'll see Minister D at 6 a.m. You will see me at 1 p.m. And you'll see me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Until then, walk good. On behalf of Courtney, myself, Ishmael Dredon, Mishidex, Rev D, Auntie Claudette, and Mr. Thompson. See, thank you, Mr. Kenny. You want to send it to me, Zelle or me Cash App. If you don't want the information, all we in the UK, you can send something for a teacher too. Remember, Jamaica, that we don't stop here. Forward still. I'm not sorry. You are not sorry. Walk good, stay blessed, and remember when they go low, we keep high. Until then, Jamaica. Until then, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Good night, Jamaica. My name is Andre Stevens, tuning out tonight from PTTV News.
No, sir. But me did tell them, said this should have happen soon. Then me never tell them, said this will happen soon. Sure.
I just have a big plate of stew peas. I drink a barrel clotting supplement. Me have a roof over my head and 2 pieces of old clot on my back. Thank you, Jesus. It could have been worse and my blood still clean.
Oh, and that's what really matters. From the blood is clean, everything is cute and girly.
9 o'clock come today, but they don't know if 9 o'clock I come tomorrow if they take them pill.